This is TWiT.
What's that sound? It's time for App Caps! Yes, folks, this is the part of the show where we wear silly caps atop our head to honor our app picks of the week. These are the apps or items that we are really enjoying and want to share with all of you to tell you about so that you too can download them or, if you choose, purchase them. And so, let me place this cap atop my head to prepare for the show. I don't really know what I'm working with here. For folks who are tuning in, I have some sort of hat.
That is amazing.
It's got bows on it and this really interesting lace.
And it's got braiding as well, and it's got bias trim. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That is just a fabulous hat, Mikah.
It might be for sort of running with the bulls or something.
Yeah, I was going to say bullfighting or something.
Or if I played Carmen. Dun, 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 dun. Anyway, Rosemary Orchard, tell us about the cap atop your head and tell us about your app pick of the week.
The cap atop my head is a pink glittery cowboy hat, because cowboy hats alone, not good enough for me this week. It had to be pink. It had to shed glitter everywhere so that I will never get glitter out of my house. And it's wonderful. Just like the app I'm going to talk about, except it's not really an app that I'm going to talk about. It's stickers. It's iMessage stickers. Because who doesn't love iMessage stickers, and who doesn't love Ted Lasso? Because look, I've got Keely here from Ted Lasso, and she's sending Mikah the peace symbol. And Apple released this week a free sticker pack for Ted Lasso stickers. And you can download it in the App Store. It's free. And there's, some stickers. So if you want to be able to send your friends Believe, you can do that. You can send them a scarf that says "Football is Life." A very weird-looking cup of tea. A mug should be full flag height. Apple, come on! Like, people over here consume tea in pints, not pint glasses, but a pint mug. But anyway, no, it's usually better than that. At least people say so. I don't like tea myself. But of course, don't forget you can send a sticker. But then you could say tap something out and drag it over. So Ted can be wearing some ridiculous sunglasses and an extra large mustache. Because why don't you need that? And I love this. And of course, don't forget that you can resize things and swivel where appropriate. So you can say Believe. And so Mikah now has that coming through his iMessage, making distractions for him, because why doesn't he need more distractions while he's podcasting?
True, especially if they're Ted Lasso distractions.
Oh, I know.
Well, that is fun. I will definitely be getting that app later, or that sticker pack later, and making use of some of those stickers. The app that I want to talk about is an Apple Arcade app. It's a game, and it is called Mini Motorways. And Mini Motorways is a little sort of resource management game where where your goal is to. Oh, I guess this might be difficult because it's got to be landscape. Anthony has it covered. All right, so I'll tap play. And you start out, of course, with a trial, and then there's also a daily challenge. Not trial, but what's the word I'm looking for? A tutorial. I'm past the tutorial. The best I've gotten in Los Angeles was 886. And there are 3 different options here. So I'm just going to tap play on Los Angeles. And we start with 1 red building and 1 red house. The goal here is to connect the building to the house. So I will tap on my roads. I will tap in to start editing. And then I will connect the roads to my houses here. And we need to get those red cars into that building. Now, as you continue to play the game, you will see more buildings pop up. Over time, the map gets a little bit bigger, and so you will end up needing to have a bridge to cross the Los Angeles River there. But starting out, you're just kind of working with these couple of houses here. And there are also resources, including a roundabout and stop lights or signals, traffic signals, that you get as you play. Now, what's fun is that at the end of the week, it will pop up with your choice of these different things. And depending on your choice, you will get more or less tiles, road tiles, to be able to build out your city. As you're going, you might decide, I want to pause and I actually want to redecorate here. So I can tap on the house and bring it up, and I can hit that trash can button to readjust my roads so that they are connected to each other, and I can start to build out kind of a neighborhood, because I imagine there will be more houses soon joining the ranks. So now the roads have been adjusted. And if you edit a road that a car is already on, it will turn gray until they're off of that road, at which point it will adjust. And now look, I'm starting to have some blue things. So I might pause again. I could fast forward as well. And I think I'll change it so that the house is facing toward the blue building, and we'll just run a road directly across to that. And then we'll see kind of how things carry on here. If I'm going to end up needing to make adjustments to the road, see, there we go. So what it's looking like is we might be building out a neighborhood over here. So I think what I'll do is change my cars like that. I'll take the road, make some adjustments here so that we angle down and through. And now those both have access to the building they need to get to for work. I'm hitting that fast forward button so we can kind of see things move along. Now, the way that you lose this game is do you see these little pins that are popping up over the buildings? These little pins are sort of locales. These are the place that the car is trying to get to. If the entire rounded rectangle on top of the building fills with pins, a timer pops up. And if that timer fills entirely, then you have lost the game. So the goal is to keep people moving along the roads and getting to where they need to go without letting that get filled up. And as your city gets more congested and you get more colors involved, of course, that gets more complicated. And so the most trips that I've been able to make so far is 836. As Knox Harrington has pointed out in the Discord chat, this game gets really stressful after a while. It absolutely does get really stressful after a while because you've just got all of these cars flying everywhere. And then you're like, I don't understand why these ones aren't moving faster. Why is everything congested here? If I draw it this way, will that make it better? And then sometimes the cars won't go down certain roads that you think they would. And that's because it's calculating sort of the slowest or the best route that it can take. And you're like, well, clearly I'm not good at calculating the best route you can take. So I think I will choose, because I haven't really done with roundabouts, you have to give them a good amount of space for them to be very helpful. And I kind of tend to be a little bit picky about how my roads are set up. So I tend to go for the signals. And you'll notice that there wasn't much of a trade-off there, whether I chose traffic signals or I chose the roundabout. I got about the same amount of road tiles. And check this out. Because I properly predicted how that house was going to be dropped, it automatically connected it to my roads. So I didn't even have to go over and add any road editing to that. So the only thing that I want to do is give my red cars another road to follow to get to this other red building. So the best way to go about doing that looks like, or one of the ways to go about doing that, I should say, is to make a kind of offshoot here that we can then follow down to this new building. And you can see I've only got 19 road tiles left. And we'll go ahead and hit fast forward and we'll see how these cars, so that one red car chose to go that way. Look at that. I've got a red house that is not connected to the rest of my red buildings. So I have a couple of options here. I can either go to the left and down to keep the reds kind of separated from the blue, or I can do an offshoot on the blue road to give the reds a place to go down. I think for now what I'm going to do is give them a connection to the red here. And now you see I've got an intersection, which I could then add a traffic signal if I wanted to. I'm not going to do that yet, but I will at some point. And then the game goes on like this. There are more colors that get added over time: red, blue, green, yellow, orange, etc. And you just are trying to get your roadways built out in a way that makes sense and keeps your cars plugging along. For
anybody who thinks that they've seen this app before, something incredibly similar, you might be thinking of Mini Metro, which is from the same developer and is also available as Mini Metro Plus on Apple Arcade.
There you go. Mini Motorways available in Apple Arcade for $4.99 per month after a trial if you've not tried out Apple Arcade yet. And that is my app cap.